morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, back with you, back with the second of this week's reviews. And yeah, we're in the Indian Ocean this time. We're in the Maldives Islands, and you're looking at VELANA International Airport on Mahe, the main island in the Maldives Islands. Victor Romeo Mike Mike. This is a brand new payware scenery by Vuelosimple. It's only been out a few days, and you're looking at version 1, the release version, for the PC version of Flightsim 2020. There are plans for it to go to the marketplace, so it will be available on Xbox. The download currently is 416 meg, and it installs at 1.6 gig. It's available from any builds from SimMarket and Flightsim.to. I found the cheapest price at Flightsim.to, and I'll give you those prices. So it's £15.28 UK, which equates to €17.58 or $18.71 US. Euro and US prices are all estimates from the UK pound, and they do include tax or VAT, which of course may vary depending on your country of purchase even. I'm quite excited about this. I had a hand in the development of this. The developer very kindly reached out to me, sent me various versions over the last week or two, couple of weeks, and slowly we've corrected some errors and built the scenery up to make it arguably the best version available now. And the good news is the developer plans to continue work on this. Obviously when you look at this scenery, we're not talking fly Tampa or Pyrig Dev Company, but it is a really nice product, and it's also ripe for further development, and that will continue. But I think the release product really stands up well, particularly for the price. It's very competitive. So anyway, let's look at the list of features. So we've got the most detailed rendition of VELANA International Airport, and I have to say I agree with that, having looked at this closely over the last couple of weeks. We've got the new passenger terminal with interiors, new control tower with interiors too, the complete Seaplane terminal with operational docks, updated runway, custom taxiways, parking positions, and the new GA and cargo aprons. All the surrounding buildings have been modelled, including the new VIP lounge. You've got the shopping centre by the sea, new fuel tank zone, the new cargo terminal, and more. And you've got Hule Island Hotel, a detailed Masjid Sabil Mosque, the China Friendship Bridge, and it's all fully customised at night. Now I have to say they've done a lot of work on this, and the features we've discussed are really excellent. I especially like the Seaplane Base, particularly in the dusk hours. It's been lit beautifully, and you'll even see the pilots standing by their aircraft and the odd passenger here and there. So it's a very nice product that I've been very privileged to have a hand in helping to bring it to this point as a potential customer. So I'd like to thank Alejandro at Vuelosimple for putting his trust in me and letting me have a good look at it. As you can see, Mahe has changed a bit over the years. You've got the new runway, the old one's been turned into a taxiway, and all of that is properly revealed in this scenery, and the instrument landing system at both ends worked really well. I've tested them. So there we go. So let's start with a bit of history. So history then. VELANA International Airport, Victor Romeo Mike Mike, is a public use international airport owned by the government of the Maldives and operated by the Maldives Airport Company Limited, or MACL. It is the main international airport in the Maldives and is located on Hulhuli Island in the North Malay Atoll, with a nearby capital island, Malé. The airport is well connected with major airports around the world, mostly serving as the main gateway into the Maldives for tourists. The airport began as a small strip of land on the then inhabited island of Hulhuli. Hulhuli Airport was opened on the 19th of October 1960, with the first runway being built on Hulhuli Island and made of slotted steel sheets. The runway initially measured 3,000 feet or 914 metres. First aircraft to land at the airport was a Royal New Zealand Air Force Bristol freighter, which arrived on the 19th of October in 1960 in the early afternoon. The first commercial flight was an Air Ceylon flight operating using an Avro 74A aircraft, which came in on the 10th of April in 1962. In May 1964, the government and the people of Male worked together to construct a new asphalt runway. The new runway was opened on the 12th of April 1966 by the then President Ibrahim Nasir. When the tourism boom in the Maldives began in 1972, the country was in need of an international standard airport to transport international tourists to the resort islands. So, on 11th of November 1981, the airport was officially inaugurated under the new name Male International Airport. The Maldives Airports Company Limited was formed on the 1st of January 1994 to operate and manage the new international airport. On the 1st of January 2017, the airport was rebranded as VELANA International Airport, referring to the family house name of President Ibrahim Nasir. Now, India has played a crucial role as the key supporter and financier of the infrastructure initiative in the Maldives, serving as a steadfast friend. India's line of credit amounted to $136.6 million, significantly expedited the successful completion of the Male Airport project. In 2010, the airport was privatised and handed over to the winning consortium of the GMR Group and Malaysian Airports, with a plan to upgrade and improve the airport by 2014. The lease agreement was for 25 years. However, after some disagreement, the GMR and Malaysian Airport Consortium handed back the airport to the Moldavian government, and the Moldavian Airports Consortium Limited was reinstated as the airport's operator. In September 2018, the airport finalised a new runway measuring 11,155 feet, or 3,400 metres, and built to serve larger aircraft. However, it was only used as a taxiway until 2022, when the old Trans-Moldavian Airways Seaplane Terminal was finally demolished, since it was in very close proximity than was required by international aviation standards. Although the new runway was inaugurated on the 5th of September 2018 by the then Moldavian President Yamin Abdul Gayoom, it was not in use for scheduled flights until it finally opened for use in 2023, literally this year. A few months ago, this runway was finally opened and inaugurated. So there you go, folks, something of a potted history. This airport's been around a long time. I've flown in here in the simulator many times, especially during a long-haul overnight flight that we did live on VATSIM many years ago for the airline British Airways Virtual. So I know this airport pretty well, and it's a challenging place to land. And I always wanted to see a decent version in Flightsim 2020. There was a freeware out there which really didn't hit the mark for me. There's another payware out there which is okay, but obviously the new runway wasn't working. Essentially the instrument landing system wasn't working, and there's been no further work on that project, so it was a bit of a letdown. So obviously I got quite excited to see this project coming to life, and was very lucky to be able to get involved to some extent so that we could make sure that you got something decent for the price. And I'm happy to say it looks great, and what I'm more than happy to say is the developer has done a lot of work and still intends to improve the texturing content and other bits and pieces on the airport. So you can get this at a very competitive price, I think, and look for improvements along the way. So that does it for history. Let's have a look at runways now. So runways, before we start on that, I've lowered the lighting now to 6:20 in the evening at sunset. Just as the lights come on, I just wanted to show you the bridge to the left there, which I think looks lovely, and when you get close up during the dusk hours it looks really nice, and we'll certainly look at that. So, VELANA International Airport in Male operates a single main runway 3618, measuring 11,155 feet or 3,400 meters in length, and it's made from asphalt. In addition, this airport also operates 4 additional water runways for the many seaplanes that operate from the airport. The airport itself lies at an elevation of just 8 feet or 2.43 meters above sea level, and sits in the GMT UTC plus 5 hours time zone. And while the UK observes Daylight Saving Time, or DST, Male does not do so. So currently, Male International Airport is just 4 hours ahead of the UK. So this is the main runway, the new one that came into being this year. Here you can see the old one, which is now a taxiway. So this new one, runway 3618, features high intensity runway lighting, high intensity airfield lighting system, centerline lighting, and precision approach path indicators on the left side at each end. So here you can see we've pretty much got that. You've got your centerline, you've got the high intensity lighting, you've also got approach lights and the PAPIs there on the left side. You have a standard instrument landing system at both ends of this runway with WXX and W options. You also have RNPZ options as well to approach RNPs, and you have VOR W and X approach options too. So there's a couple of options for you to use depending on what kind of approach you want to do. Let's have a look at the other end, runway 18. So here we are at the other end, runway 18, looking south, and you can see you've got exactly the same features as you have at the other end. High intensity airfield lighting system, approach lights, PAPIs on the left side as per the charts. Okay, so no jetways at this airport yet. So let's get back to the daytime and have a decent tour and a close look at this scenery and see what it has. Okay, so the main tour, we're going to start at this end. I wanted to show you the bridge and just show you how detailed it is. We still have the issue, like you have in many sceneries, where you've got some of the cars going along the water under the bridge. They hope to solve this. I don't know how it can be done, I'm not a developer, but hopefully they might be able to solve this in the many updates that they hope to bring. But as you can see, the bridge itself, even in the daytime, looks great. Modelling here and texturing looks really good. All of these lights work, by the way, and we'll look at that when we go into the dusk and night mode. But here, as you can see, the bridge has been fully modelled. It's part of the airport. It's a well-known feature of this international airport, and it's been fully modelled and it looks great. Just wanted to show you it. So we'll start our airside tour first, going from south to north. Now, one thing you guys will notice straight away, everything looks pretty new. I mean, the textures are great, they've done a really good job here, but everything looks quite new and not quite as weathered as you might expect. Certainly some of the ground textures. And I've made that point along the way, and these are some of the things that they will be updating. However, you've got everything here that you should have with the airport in its current state, and I like it quite a lot. So here's the new terminal. There is internal development, we will look at that shortly. And here's my aircraft coming up, and you can see it's very nice. The level of detail is really good. You've got engineers, and I can tell you that there are passengers all over the place. Again, we'll look at that certainly shortly on. But what you've got here is nice design, good development, and everything pretty complete. There's the bus shelter down there. Here we're coming to the northern end. There's the fire station, really beautifully modelled. You've got the fuel farm there. And all of this nicely 3D modelled. No, nothing left of photo scenery, which is really what I like. Nice weathered hangar down there. This is the cargo section. And again, it's been fully modelled, complete with a cargo ship over there, which is lit at night as well, which is great. I mean, it's just lovely. It's really nicely done. There you can see the sea wall below us. So now we'll take a little tour on the landside part of here so you can see some of the boats and other things that are a nice part of this scenery. Again, you can see the sea wall below us. Here's the cargo ship. It's a beautiful model, really is. seawall has been accurately and very, very nicely designed. And the buildings are really nice. We're starting to get better texturing on them as well. There you got swimming pool and a hotel down there. The palm trees are lovely. And again, there's the hotel, tennis courts. It's really, really nice. So I just want to slow down a little bit so you can have a look at the detail here. Well, these buildings look great in the darkness too. I just love the way this is done. I mean, the shadowing is nice. Here you've got the boat docks there. Let's just go down a little lower and have a look down here. They've done a lot here, they really have. So here you can see the detail in the boat docks. And you've got one or two figures as well, just to liven up the atmosphere, as it were. And here we are landside of one of the terminals. Just very, very nice. Ambience is all important, and they've certainly transformed this and made it just so much better than the competition, in my considered opinion. So now we're coming along to the new main terminal development. So as you can see, lots of detail and bits and pieces here, all 3D modelled, nothing left to photo scenery. There's a look at the terminal. You've got coaches and people, passengers standing around, which is really good. More boats, and here's the landside car park. Okay, the car models are fairly simplified, but you know, it works. It works a whole lot better than some that I've seen. So again, there's the landside part of the terminal, some more passengers standing there. And all of this beautifully done. Okay, the cars don't quite go down the roads, but that's an Asobo issue. But this is just really, really nice. Some very nice modelling. And there you've got the street lamps as well in the middle of the road, just as they should be. It's been very nicely done. Cargo containers and shipping containers down here. There is some development, some bits and pieces that have been added to Maldives Island, as it's been said in the pictures, but I'm going to concentrate on the airport. So more stands out here, as you can see, all properly marked. So let's have a quick look at taxiway signage. Remember, to the right there, what was the old runway is now taxiway. Here you can see the signs properly mounted in the grass, as they should be. There's the windsock. Here you've got the correct runway entry signs. All of the signs have been checked. They're accurate in terms of placement and where they should be. And everything's really nice. It's been properly done. checked and double checked against the charts, and everything pretty much is as it should be. So let's get a close-up look at the new terminal. As you can see, they've added the odd engineer here and there as well, which indeed they should do. Again, some really nice modelling. All looks a bit clean and probably needs to be weathered more, but that's coming at some point. But you have what you need here and it looks great. This is the old control tower coming up. The new one's on the other side, we'll look at that in a minute. So there you got the old tower. There is internal there, but it's not modelled per se. So here, just looking at some of the features, some of the passengers and bits and pieces here. This I think is the domestic terminal now. And there you can see just some very nice modelling. There are plans to develop this inside as well in the future, I believe. But as you can see, it's eminently functional. It's really, really nice. And you've got an international airport here that really kind of looks the part. The developer is quite skilled. Like I said, we're not talking Fly Tampa or Pirate Dev Company here, but what you have is a really nice model of a very interesting and well-known airport, certainly internationally. Little features like this just kind of make it. It's just really lovely. Just going back to airside again, here's the fuel farm. There's the fire station and the fire tower. So now is the fire station on the east side of the airport, and we'll have a look at the Seaplane Base now. And I really like this. They've done a nice job on this. Okay, perhaps it's not as fancy as some, but I did suggest that you know, they make an effort here, and they really have. Beautiful detail. And yes, this is lit up at night because we don't want pilots and passengers falling into the water when they start straying around. But beautiful seaplane models. Really nice. And here you can see we've got some people around as well. They're all static, but they really do look good. Just a close-up shot there. You can see the pilots. They do all wear shorts here, so they've even got that right. And you've got a couple of passengers waiting to get on the aircraft there. There's a couple more. And yeah, just beautiful detail here. Very, very nice indeed. So this building looks really nice in the dusk hours, which you'll see later on. It's just some beautiful lighting. So here's the main control tower, the new one that was put in. Just go and have a little look. As you can see, it looks really nice from the outside. And there we are inside the tower, and you've got fully modelled with controllers. And you know, one of the things I really like about this as well, I think haven't seen this in many sceneries at all, might even be the first one I've seen. You've got a Muslim person here, complete with the headscarf. That's really impressive. There she is, complete with a headscarf. Okay, it's not the black sort of hijab, But there are also Muslim ladies inside the terminal amongst the passengers, and again I think that's wonderful. I've not seen it in any other sceneries, and I just think it's great. It's a really wonderful addition in terms of detail. So again, you've got everything here 3D modelled, all the roads. Here you've got a seaplane in the dock. And look at that hangar, really nice. There's a lot to explore here. It's a simple sort of scenery, but there really is a lot to see. So here we're having a detailed look at the eastern side of the field. Lots of buildings. It's really, really pleasant. Here you've got construction that's still going on in the real world, and they've modelled it here in the virtual world. Very nice indeed. So just quickly, here's my aircraft on stand Alpha 8. Just 'cause there's plenty of parking space here. It just looks really good, and they've done a lovely job. So before we go, in fact no, what we'll do is we'll do that during the dusk hours. You guys look inside the terminal, do the internal. We will, but we'll do it at dusk, just to show you what they've done here. So as you can see, the domestic terminal there, signage, the lamps are all correct as they should be. The ground markings are perfectly fine. And we're looking down the ramp towards the new terminal and additional parking at the southern end of the airport. Really, really good. Okay, so let's lower the lighting now to dusk and have a look at the lighting on the airport generally. So 20 past 6, and there you can see the sun sinking below the horizon in the west, and here you can see the light comes on. In fact, the lights came on a few minutes ago. I just thought I'd show you this shot here, and a lovely view of the sun going down there. And they're looking towards the northern end of the airport, up towards the cargo area and the fuel farm, and you can see the taxiway lighting as well. And it's lovely, really, really nice. So here we are on the eastern side, and you can see the Seaplane Base, which is lit. We'll have a close look at that as well. And there's the building as well, which has got some really, really lovely lighting on it. And they're looking in the southeast corner to the additional parking there. It's just very subtle and really nice. So just a little shot of the bridge first. As you can see, all the lights are on the bridge and they all work, which is it's really nice. And just another view of the bridge there, where you can see the lighting that works, and we've got a vehicle coming up the road. And looking from the other side, very, very nice indeed. So let's traverse the airport south to north, airside. You can see the taxiway signage is properly lit, and you can see that in the dark. And again, you can see the lamps in the correct places lighting the airside stands, just as they should. Some really nice lighting effects on the building, the new terminal there to the left. Here's my aircraft on Alpha 8. Some very nice lighting effects here. Try and slow down a little bit. So there's a nice little example of just how the lighting works. You know, no Asobo glows floating around anywhere. It's just all natural lighting, and it looks lovely. Again, a very sort of basic building, but it's beautifully lit and just looks the part, really does. The domestic building from airside, again nicely lit, and some nice foliage there as well to spice it up a bit. So just going up past the various hangars, continuing the tour, and you can still see, okay, we've got the odd Asobo globe but really isn't up to much. And just to have a little look to show you what's been done to some of these buildings. They look nice, they really do. Very nice indeed. So here you've got that hotel with, I think it's the swimming pool on the other side. Again, a little bit of subtle lighting that just makes it work. Just really does. It looks beautiful at dusk, especially with the palm trees. There's the swimming pool. And here we're coming landside of these buildings here, the cargo area. Very nicely modelled. You know, this is another airport that comes to life more at night, and that's as it should be. Close look at the ship here. I mean, that's great, isn't it? It's lovely. And here's coming across the sort of the most northern part on the western side, crossing back onto the airfield. And there you get a good look at some of the taxiway and runway approach signage. All looks pretty good. So coming across the fire station on the eastern side there, let's have a look at the seaplane terminal. And as you can see, this is some beautifully stunning lighting here. As has been pointed out to me, there's no way anybody would fly the seaplanes out in the darkness. I don't think there's any operations after dark. But we don't want people falling in the sea if they walk out this way for a, you know, to have a beer and just look at the sunset. So the whole thing has been lit and it's been beautifully done, it really has. And here's the building. Some nice lighting here, some very, very nice lighting. And here are our friends. They've obviously spent the whole day talking themselves away there, and the pilot must be totally bored by now. But yeah, it's great. As you can see, it looks wonderful. Quick look at the tower. And there we are, internal lighting, everything's lit up just as it should be. Very, very nice. So let's go across to the new international terminal where there's been internal development and have a look at that. So here we are airside on the upper level. As you can see, it's pretty barren here, more work to do, but the inside has been developed and that's the important thing. So let's do this properly. Start from landside and go inside the terminal. Here you've got some passengers and you've got some baggage dollies as well. This is the arrivals end. We go in through the door and here we've got some passengers and seating, flight details. So this is landside. Again, beautiful signage, very nice development inside here. All a bit quiet as you might expect at this time of the evening. Here you've got check-in desks. And in the interests of frame rate and balance, Obviously what they've done is they've done some passengers here with a check-in agent at just one of the desks. Well, there's actually a couple. But as you can see, my drone camera is moving quite nicely. And here they are at the check-in desk, and as I've said, you know, fantastic. Here we go, we've got two ladies with the hijab on, with their covered, they're Muslim ladies, which is what you'd expect in this part of the world. And kudos to the developer for including that variation in passengers. Absolutely wonderful. So here you've got advertising, internal signage. Let's have a look at the flight board. Now look at that for detail. We're right up close and you can see every flight number on there with no blurring at all. It's just fantastic. That's great. So we continue our tour from the check-in desks. Let's head upstairs to security. And again, you know, okay, this isn't absolutely loaded with passengers and people like some sceneries are that you might expect, but it's just really nice. It's nicely balanced, I think. As you can see, my camera's moving with no stuttering at all. Here we are in security. Something I know a lot about, having spent nearly 40 years in airport security. Got the machines there, the archways, passengers. Again, as a woman with a child, I really like to see this kind of variation too. Many sceneries concentrate so much on just men with the odd woman, and it's great to see variation in human models in the scenery. So we go through security. Here you've got passport control, and again a very nice Muslim lady operating passport control here. So having gone through security, we now go into airside and to the gates. And here you've got the long airside lounge. Seating's nice, the flooring is very nice. I like the way this has been done, really. And here you've got passengers milling around. Here we've got a check-in agent with passengers queuing up for a flight. It's really nice, very, very nice indeed. Let's have a look over the parapet where you can see down to landside where we came from. I mean, internally it looks lovely. And the lighting's good too, you have some beautiful roof lighting. Again, more passengers and check-in agents, and the scenery, I have to say, is very fluid. And as we approach the glass, you've got the tinted glass, remember, here's the view outside to airside. Through the glass there you can see my aircraft in the distance. Very nice indeed, it's really lovely. So just a couple of quick shots here. As you can see, the lighting's excellent, you know, it's all been correctly provided. Plenty of room on the stands. And it all looks very nice. Ambience wise, it looks wonderful. So just a high level shot showing you the city in the distance, and the bridge you can see is beginning to light up a bit more as the sun drops lower and lower. We're now getting towards the night, which I'll turn to in a moment. So there's the Seaplane Base and a tower that we've had a look at. Just have a quick look at the parking stands here at this end on the southeastern part of the field. Again, some really beautiful lighting. Buildings are nicely lit. And there, very nice building as well. Some very nice lighting. There's the work area that we looked at before. And as you can see, you go towards the bridge and it's just beautiful. Landings on runway 36 at this time of night going to look great. So let's lower it to night time and have a quick look. So 10 p.m. local time, and as you can see, the darkness is upon us. One of the things about this part of the world is when it gets night time, it really does get night. The nights are very black. There's no sort of semi-glow in the sky at all, and this seems to be pretty faithfully recreated in the simulator. So here we are looking across the airport, looking towards the north. Got the new terminal down there to the left, blue airfield edge lights for helping you taxi around, and you've got green turn-off lights as well here, which will help you. There's the bridge going towards the city, and it all looks pretty impressive. So just a quick nightly pass over the airside ramp, so you can see what it looks like when you park up at night. Again, the lighting is perfectly adequate. Scenery looks good. It's really nice. So airside, you're spoilt for choice, really. So a quick come across the land side here. Here's the boat dock. And as you can see, the whole thing looks very nice. There's an ambience and atmosphere here, which is really important, I think, in sceneries, to give you the look and feel of where you are. So land side of the international terminal, as you can see, plenty of people out there. And just a quick tour northwards on the landside area. There you can see the boat dock to the right. And the lighting is lovely. It's very subtle, and I think it's been done pretty much perfectly. It's just great, isn't it? It looks lovely. It's a huge improvement, I think, over the other sceneries that have been left here. It's just really good. So here's the container ship here. Again, beautifully done. I mean, you know, no complaints about that at all. Looks wonderful. And just a quick look there towards the threshold of runway 18. There you can see the extended threshold and the taxiways. And a final look across the airport towards the southeast. Okay, so a quick look at the dawn now. So 6:30 AM, and now the sun's coming up and you can see the red glow on the buildings. The lights are out. It's just very, very nice, I think. And they're looking towards the north. You've got the Seaplane Base on the right hand side there. And just a little shot showing you the sunrise over there looking towards the east, and as seen from the Seaplane Base here with the passengers. So 7:30 in the morning, time to wrap up this review and give you my conclusions. Okay, I'm going to try not to be biased, because obviously I had a hand in helping the developer get this to a point where it could be really nice. But I have to say it's the best version of Male I've seen in a long time, and that includes P3D and FSX. They were good versions. We flew in many times in various fly-ins online with British Airways Virtual and other airlines over the years. I've been into this airport many times. One of my favourite destinations, easily reachable from places like Hong Kong, and a 12-hour long-haul flight if you fancy it from the UK. Now coming into Flightsim 2020 and all the wonderful things that this simulator can give us, it's great to see somebody attempting this airport. And it was a pleasure and an honour to actually take part in the development. Certainly, in my opinion, without any bias, this is the best version of this airport to date. For the pilot, it has everything you need, both day and night. And even for the seaplane pilots among you, this is eminently usable. You could go and look at the islands, many of which are modelled in this in this simulator, and you can take off and land from here. So it covers the seaplane guys as well. It's beautifully modelled. There's work to do to improve it still further, to bring it up to a higher standard, and that's going to be done at some point. The developer has said that he will continue to work on this, but I think as it stands, it's a wonderful airport, some beautiful modelling. It has the right balance of peoples and details in it, and as you can see from my moving around, the frame rate's been fine. I've not had any stutters or any issues at all. And it just looks wonderful. It has everything for the pilot, both land and sea based, and everything, all the eye candy that you'd like to see, and it accurately reflects what you would find at the real airport. As I said before, kudos to the guys for bringing Muslim women into this scenery. The first time I've ever seen them. It's very, very important to have variation, I think, and that looks really nice. The whole thing has been really nicely done, and I can't wait to fly in here. So do I think it's worth it? Yes, it is, definitely. It's very competitively priced, just over €17 including tax. It's great. It's really, really good. It's at a very competitive price, and it has everything as per the nav charts. It's all as it should be. I'm very impressed with it, very pleased with it. And again, I'm very honoured to have been part of the development of this little project. So there you go, folks. VELANA Airport in Male in the Maldives Islands. Victor Romeo Mike Mike. This is a payware scenery by Vuelosimple. Version 1 for the PC version of Flightsim 2020. It will be available for Xbox when it's submitted to the marketplace, so you guys won't be left out. Currently it's available from AnyBuilds, from SimMarket and from Flightsim.to. I found the cheapest price, including VAT, at Flightsim.to. Your experiences may be different depending on which part of the world you live. But I'll give you the Flightsim price. It's £15.28 UK, which equates to €17.58, or $18.71 US. And again, the Euro and US prices are all estimates taken from the UK pound, and they do include tax or VAT, which may vary depending on which country you live in when you make the purchase. It's a really wonderful product. I'm really impressed with it. So there you go. Thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the review. I hope you found some interest in this. It's a really, really nicely done little scenery. Lots to have a look at and enjoy amongst it. It's not as fanciful and detailed as some of the big projects out there, but I think for what it is, it does the job at the right price, and all of a sudden you have this particular very famous airport available in Flightsim 2020 to a very good standard. So if you've seen this and been on the fence about it, yeah, I thoroughly recommend it. Got no hesitation at all recommending it. Certainly at this price, it's great. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the reviews later in the week or next week. I hope to maybe get an adventure video out sometime this week, and next week we'll be back with more scenery reviews, product reviews, and yeah, and also looking forward to the Universal Flight Tablet coming down for PMDG, which could be interesting. So thanks a lot, folks. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot, wrapping up this review. Hope to see you later on, and thank you very much for supporting all my efforts. I will see you in the next review. Bye bye for now.